Hey, what's up everyone? It's Moonkin FTW and welcome to episode 3 of the RCT3 Masterclass. In this video series, I'll be showing you guys how to build realistic roller coasters in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 from start to finish. So everything that comes with building a realistic roller coaster. So just the roller coaster itself, the scenery, custom scenery, environment, all that. So last episode we built an intimate launch coaster, and the episode before that we built a B&M looping coaster. And today we'll be focusing on building an arrow looping roller coaster, which is going to be the last example. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Because again, this is another example of a roller coaster that doesn't quite follow the format of these two. So that's why I wanted to make one final one. And maybe, you know, if there's more demand at the end of the series, I might make a few more examples. But like I said, this is just to give you guys a few examples, to give you guys a bit of a feeling of what it takes to build a realistic roller coaster. So without further ado, let's get started. And for the Arrow looping coaster, we're going to use the corkscrew coaster, because again, Arrow is the company that used to build, or Aerodynamics is the company that used to build roller coasters. They were very popular in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And they used, I think they were the first that used corkscrew and a few other elements. And yeah, they're kind of more like an old school roller coaster. So the design is a bit more simple, a bit more primitive, if you will. But I have a weak spot for them. So I'm going to go ahead and make a custom track, of course, and you can choose a few which you want. But for now, I'm just going to use the standard corkscrew car. So where do we start? Well, as always, we're going to start with something very simple, which is, let me just see here, the station. So I always, again, just like my previous episodes, I always like to start off with a station that is about 5 to 6 blocks long. So like this. And also not too high from the ground. Again, we're going to do 2 spaces up and that's it. So from here on out, just like the B&M looping coaster, we're going to go ahead and make a chain lift. And again, I'll leave it to you to design one like this, where it goes straight into the lift hill, or that it turns around and then it goes into the lift hill. So I always kind of, I'm not sure why, but I always like to make a 180-degree turn and then into a lift hill, and then we go up. Now, because this roller coaster type doesn't have these big inversions like the B&M or the extended coaster in the game, we're not going to build a very big chain lift, because if I would build a super tall chain lift, then the the inversions are tiny in comparison. So we're going to try and make things a little bit smaller for this one. So I don't know, something like this would be kind of nice. So let's see. Now, because these roller coasters are a bit older, what kind of sets them apart, or what, how do you say, like kind of, you can identify them by the fact that they have a very kind of simple track layout. So no crazy swoopy turns. They don't have these very kind of state-of-the-art elements, if you will, or more modern elements like a tilt, incline loop, or a zero-G roll. They're kind of basic in terms of design. So what we're going to do is, again, we have the option to go straight down like this with a very swoopy turn. You know, something like this would be kind of cool. But I'm thinking about making kind of a bent turnaround. So like a turn that goes straight down. So something like this. Because a lot of Arrow mega loopers start with like a turned element. So let's see here. I kind of want to make it a little bit higher. Maybe something like this. And then we go down. And I'm going to make it banked for now, because that's, of course, it helps with the G's, of course. Now, what I can do here is I can go all the way down here like this, and then go up and then make my first inversion looping. But another feature that these Arrow looping coasters have, if they're kind of high up, if you will, is that the loopings are also kind of higher off the ground. So this, it's quite a few pieces up, if you will. And I would avoid this with a B&M looping coaster, but this is kind of iconic, if you will, of these old school Arrow looping coasters where the loopings are a bit higher than usual. So this would actually not be too bad. So I'm going to build 2 loopings here in a row, because I think that looks kind of cool. And I'm also going to, let's go ahead and see how this looks. So I'm going to speed up the chain lift a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and test this. Actually going to use this to kind of speed things up. And again, we're going to use this test feature here to see how fast this train travels through the loopings. So here we go. It goes down into the first looping. That's not too bad. Let's see here. That's a little bit too slow. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make it just a little bit higher. So just one more like this. And I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to go banked, go down. And I think I had 33 feet. Yeah, so like here. And then I go into my loopings. Like so. So like this. Okay, so let's see for now if this is a better speed. And again, this is a reason why I always use this test feature, so you can see if, you know, the beginning of the roller coaster makes sense. You know, instead of, you know, completely designing the roller coaster and at the end you have to completely change everything. So that's actually kind of nice. It's a bit slow, but again, the overall momentum of these old school aero looping coasters is that they also, how do you say? They're also a bit slower in terms of their speed, if you will. So let's go ahead and go down. Now again, here we have a decent amount of freedom. So we can either make some turns. We can use a cobra roll, because a cobra roll again is also kind of a classic when it comes to aero mega loopers or aero looping coasters. But I'm actually thinking about using these very wide turns, if you will, to kind of go here. Yeah, let's see how this looks. So the train goes up here. Yeah, so I'm actually having an idea. I want the track to go back kind of towards the station, because again, now that I've had the first section of the roller coaster done, I'm also thinking in the back of my mind, okay, how can I bring this track home without using too much, you know, length, if you will. So I'm actually going to go ahead and start the mid-course brake run here, because aero loopers are very famous for their mid-course brake runs. So let's go ahead and build that here. Yeah, so something like this. And then we can go ahead into, yeah. So here from here on out, I'm gonna go and make a banked turn. Oh wait, I think this might be a little bit too slow. Yeah, that's a little bit too slow for my taste. So I'm gonna go ahead and increase the speed of these a little bit, because yeah, this is a bit too much. So about 15 miles an hour and then 13. So there we go. I think this should be a bit better. And also this doesn't quite work unless I use these turns. This actually looks okay. So let's just see how this looks, because I'm thinking about making 2 of these corkscrews here. So like this, but let's see. So we have a few loopings here. Yeah, and then the train goes into the mid-course brake run. Yeah, that's a bit better. And then it goes into these loopings, or these corkscrews. And again, this is another classic aero feature, which is that that it has 2 corkscrews in a row. And what you could do if you would build the path is that the path goes underneath these corkscrews. Again, that's very classic aero design. So from here on out, let's see what else we can design. And let's see. So from here on out, we have a nice set of inversions. We have a kind of a basic layout, if you will. We have a mid-course brake run. And now I want to kind of start making my way back to the station. So let's see if I can kind of do that. Let's see. So I'm actually thinking about going up like this. Yeah. And then I kind of want to go towards the station and also have a helix as a final element, if you will. That's very classic aero. So I'm not sure, but I'm gonna have to see how I will do this. So I want to go like this, then like this. So this definitely works, I think. Now I just need to find my way back to the station. So let's see here. I don't think this will work, right? Because no, this is not allowed. And this will work, but then, yeah, I'm gonna have to now have to use one of these, and this is a very janky kind of element. So this doesn't work. It's a valiant effort, but nope. So let's go ahead and Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and maybe just stay level here. And maybe a nice swooping turn here. And then maybe here we can have our helix. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just do this. So we come out with the corkscrew, then we have our helix. Nice. And from here on out, I'm gonna try and make my way back to the station. So we're gonna go ahead and turn around here. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, this will work. So yeah, like this. And then we have one final kind of like small airtime hill or something like this. Like this, yeah, and then a mid-course, and then a final brake run. Yes, this is very nice. There we go. And then we can place the station here, whatever. So I'm actually really digging this design. And as you can see, it's much more basic than the B&M looping coaster. We have a lot more inversions, a lot more variety. We have a 0G roll and some overbank turns. And the Aero looping coaster is a lot more basic. So we start off with a chain lift into a bank turn, or of course you can just drop steep to the ground, whatever you want, into a few loopings, which is very typical for these type of roller coasters. They're a bit higher up. Again, it's also very classic for these old school looping roller coasters. We go into a mid-course brake run. Then we have a few corkscrews. Again, very typical for this. Into a final helix. And then we have, and then it turns around back to the station into a final small airtime hill. And then boom, into the brake run. So let's go ahead and ride this and see what it looks like from the POV. But yeah, generally speaking, I'm quite happy with this. And again, I hope I'm able to explain to you guys exactly what sets this design apart from, let's say, that Intamin launch coaster or the Aero or the B&M looping coaster. So here we go into the bank turn. We drop down into our first looping. Yes, that's very nice. Into another looping. And then of course we hit the mid-course brake run. We go up. There we go. Yeah, that's a good pace because these older roller coasters, when it comes to the mid-course brake run, they kill momentum a lot more than the more modern roller coasters. Few nice corkscrews. And then we have a helix. It's a little too slow, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it doesn't have to be super fast. Nice, into a final airtime hill. Yeah, with a bit of tweaking, maybe the speed can be a bit better, but there we go, into the station. That's not too bad. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's the Aero looping coaster. And that's all the designs I will show you for now. And in the next episode, we'll focus on how to make the roller coaster itself realistic, using some scenery, including also some custom scenery. So yeah, there you go, guys. This is the third episode on how to make a realistic roller coaster. I hope these designs were useful and clear to you guys. I hope you have a bit more insight, a bit more knowledge on why these designs are more realistic and what makes them more realistic. And yeah, I'll see you guys in episode 4 of the RCT3 Masterclass. But until then, yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.